The sun was already high when the ragged man stepped forward, his shadow thin against the polished concrete of the freight yard, and in that single moment, everything changed. Dust clung to his worn jacket, his shoes looked like they had crossed 100 cities without rest, and yet his eyes carried a calm certainty that made the laughter around him sound foolish even before it finished. When he said he would take 5 Mercedes trucks, the air itself seemed to pause, as if the day knew a mistake was about to be made. Before the story pulls you deeper, take a moment right now. If you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in the quiet strength of people the world overlooks, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel Light of Kindness. Your support helps stories like this reach hearts that are still waiting to believe. His name was Harun Salim, though very few people ever asked it. In the bustling industrial district where cargo contracts were signed and fortunes moved on wheels, people were judged quickly. Clean clothes meant trust, confident posture meant power, and anything else meant invisibility. Harun had been invisible for a long time. He stood among warehouse managers, logistics supervisors, and drivers in crisp uniforms, all gathered under the harsh daylight to finalize the redistribution of surplus vehicles from a collapsed transport firm. 5 nearly new Mercedes trucks sat in a neat row, white paint gleaming, engines silent but full of promise. They were supposed to be split among established contractors, men with offices and letterheads, not someone whose beard was uneven and whose hands were scarred by years of rough labor. Harun's life had not always looked this way. Years earlier, he had owned a small but honest transport business, moving agricultural goods from rural farms to city markets. He had known the weight of responsibility and the pride of paying his workers on time. Then came a chain of misfortunes that did not arrive loudly, but eroded everything slowly. A flood destroyed his main route, forcing costly detours. A dishonest partner disappeared with savings meant for repairs. Medical bills for his wife consumed what little remained, and when she passed away, grief took the rest. Creditors circled, contracts vanished, and one by one, his trucks were sold to survive another month. Eventually there were no trucks left, only memories and the quiet determination that refused to die. Challenges did not disappear. A sudden inspection threatened fines, a supplier delayed shipments, and a rival contractor attempted to undercut prices. Each obstacle tested Harun's resolve, yet every time he responded with transparency and consistency. He paid fines honestly, found alternative suppliers, and refused to sabotage others to win work. His reputation grew not because he was flawless, but because he was fair. The administrators who had expected failure began to realize that their biggest mistake had not been giving him the trucks, but underestimating him in the first place. The turning point came on a clear afternoon when a major distributor, impressed by months of performance, offered a long-term contract. It guaranteed stability, expansion, and recognition. Harun stood in the open yard as the offer was finalized, sunlight warming his face, and allowed himself a quiet moment of reflection. He thought of the days when he had slept hungry, when laughter had followed his steps, when hope had felt like a dangerous luxury. None of it had been wasted. Every hardship had sharpened him, taught him patience, and stripped away pride until only purpose remained. As profits stabilized, Harun did something no one expected. He created training positions for men who, like him, had been overlooked. He offered them skills, structure, and a path forward. He repaired old shelters near the depot so workers had a place to rest during long daytime shifts. He did not. Forget what it felt like to stand on the edge of opportunity, judged before being known. The 5 Mercedes trucks became more than assets. They became moving proof that trust, when placed wisely, multiplies. Years later, the freight yard looked much the same, still busy under the sun, still filled with engines and ambition. But the story of the ragged man was now told with respect. New managers spoke his name when discussing resilience. Drivers pointed to his trucks with pride. And Harun, now clean-shaven and steady, still walked the yard every morning, greeting workers, checking tires, listening. Success had not changed his posture, only confirmed his values. If this story has touched something inside you, if it reminded you that appearances deceive and patience rewards, please take a moment to like this video, share it with others, and stay connected with Light of Kindness. Your engagement helps keep these stories alive and reaching hearts that need them. And just before we end, I have a special request for you. Please comment below with your thoughts, your lessons, or a simple word of encouragement, because your voice matters more than you know. In the end, the laughter faded, the trucks kept moving, and the biggest mistake became their greatest lesson. Under the honest light of day, a man the world had overlooked proved that dignity, perseverance, and kindness can carry more weight than 5 Mercedes trucks ever could.